guys? It's your boy K, aka Kissiju, and welcome to another episode of my Minecraft Let's Play series. As you might be able to see behind me, I have a little bit of a notice board on kind of things that we're going to work on throughout the series. This is just a kind of little start, just to kind of get my bearings, get things going with what I want to kind of work on each episode. So let's get into it. We're going to start off here. This is going to be basically improvements to the base. You know, we have the super smelter, the potion room, enchanting room, all the rooms that we're going to upgrade. Then we're moving on to the overworld. These are all the farms. There's going to be many more that we're going to add, but these are the ones that I was just thinking of at the top of my head. Then lastly, we got the kind of the nether, the end, a couple more there that we're probably going to kind of create on this one. So yeah, so this is just a little list of things that we're going to do over the next few episodes. So yeah, I wanted to kind of get that up and running up there so we can kind of get going with it. Obviously we've made the village breeder, the iron farm, all that kind of stuff over the starter base, but over here we're going to make it massive. We're going to make things big, we're going to make things more efficient. But before we can start on these farms, I do need to make a massive improvement on this base. So, you know, let's go into a time lapse. Let's get going. Guys, not gonna lie, it is becoming very taxing on my tools here. Luckily, I do need lots of quartz so I can kind of trade with the villagers back at the starter base. I do need to kind of get these repairs. I think this is the second or third time now.
Yeah.
During that time lapse where I've had to repair all of my tools. It is a lot of work, especially that my tools aren't fully enchanted yet. I've got them the majority of the way there, so I think one of the things that I'm going to do is once I get this entranceway to the base kind of done and my tools are back up and running, I think I'm going to make some time, get going with fully enchanting all my tools, all my armor, all my stuff. So, you know, yes, it's going to be a little bit of work. Yes, I'm going to have a few levels, and yes, I know the starting point is a little bit difficult at times, but this is long term going to really benefit. So, you know, once I get these tools going, I'm going to head back into the main base and kind of, you know, keep going with the improvements that I've been making, kind of get ahead, get going with that. Now that I have the tools all fully repaired, it's back through the nether from my starter base. You can see here I've made a little bit of an improvement from getting to and from. Ignore the random blocks kind of scattered around, but yeah, as you can see here, I've made a little pathway between the starter base and the main base.
Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick ass boy!
This becomes super quick from getting back and forth. For every block traveled in the Nether is like traveling 8 blocks in the overworld. So creating portals between one place and another makes it super quick just to get back and forth between places, especially when you're kind of traveling thousands of blocks, at a time from place to place. What you'll find is a bit later on in the series, I will be creating a Nether hub, from which all of my kind of pathways from one place to the next will kind of lead to there. When we get like the Elytra and stuff, it is pretty easy to get back and forth with that. But if you do want to kind of travel a little bit safer, a little bit like kind of like a Nether hub is kind of where to go. So like you say, I think this was something around 1,000 to 1,200 blocks between the two. So yeah, as you can see here, we are fully done with the entranceway to our base.
Nice.
You can see I still have to get rid of all of this stuff up here, all of that kind of grass area. You can see the cobblestone outline of the outer perimeter of the base. But for now, great kind of improvement. This kind of walkway is going to be cleared out as well. Obviously you can see stairwells here. This kind of area is going to be where the main storage is going to be. You can see here that's going to be the upper platform, which is going to be a cylindrical shape. And then we're going to have like a few more things kind of dotted around. We're going to decorate it, we're going to make it look pretty. Like I say, for now I just wanted to get the entranceway done, so that's like pretty much a quarter of the base in terms of digging out stuff. So I'm super happy with the kind of progress. Did take a couple of days. So now, yeah, let's get moving on to the next challenge, which is experience. As I mentioned, I do need to kind of level up all my equipment. I need to get kind of going with that, but in order to do so, I need lots of XP. I need to be able to grind XP to mend all my tools. I need to get XP to level and enchant things. So I'm going to make a mob farm. Very simple. Use some of the bricks from the trades that I've made, plus a lot of the stone bricks that I had to do to get the quartz available on the village trade. So yeah, so I am back at the starter base. This is pretty much my little dumping ground of stuff to ugly things that I'm going to make. So yeah, so I'm going to make a little mob farm right here. So I'm going to kind of get going with that. It's a really simple design. It's a couple of chests down at the bottom to select, to basically gather all the stuff that the mobs will drop, with a big kind of collection thing right here, which is 4 blocks. That's all it is. And around here, there's going to be a chamber of bricks that'll lead about 23 blocks up. And then what will happen is I'll just be standing here killing the mobs. That'll be falling down from a spawn platform, which will be high up. So time to get into another time lapse, and it's going to be a very quick one, just so I can get this going. And after all of that, this is it. This is the monstrosity that is my mob spawner. So as I said at the beginning of the video, you simply just step up here, wait for the mods to drop. Because of how high it is that they are kind of dropping from, they do become a one hit. But there's one problem. The spawn rate. These guys are not spawning as much as I wanted them to. The reason behind that is because of the caves. There's so many caves underneath this starter base. While these guys are one hit, it's great. I can get experience. They're just not falling fast enough. I might as well go hunting at night and get experience that way. So, one or two things I could do. I could either light up the entire caves, or I can try and kind of figure out something else to do. So, what did I do? Option 1. Try to get some caves lit up as much as I can to increase the spawn rate. One thing I did find during this though is a zombie spawner, which was perfect for what I needed. So I am going to spend a little bit of time kind of just leveling up, killing some zombies in this little section here. Now that I have that all done, I've upgraded all my weapons. Things are looking good. I can kind of head to the end now. Obviously I need to find the portal. But just kind of a little look on kind of what's going on with my equipment here. So all my blast protection, unbreaking, protection 4 on my chest plate, leggings. I also have protection 4 on my diamond boots, along with feather fallen, which is great. All my tools are pretty much done now. My pickaxe, my sword, that's all how I would like it to be, which going into the end fight with the Ender Dragon. Diamond shovel, I mean, I'm not really going to use it, but that's kind of there. Axe as well, that's kind of cool. I do need to kind of level these two up just a little bit more on the enchantments, and then finally my bow. Bow, infinity, always infinity. I would have liked power 5, but it'll do. We're kind of ready. All we need to do now is grab some ender pearls along with the blaze rods and create some Eye of Enders so that we can go find the stronghold and get to the end to find the Ender Dragon. So a super quick trip to the Nether. Just need to kill these Endermen real quick. One easy way of doing it is just having a little kind of cubby hole here, like you can see, 2 blocks high. They can't actually attack you when you're kind of under this, but you can get them. They just run right up to it most of the part. One was a little bit difficult, like this guy kept teleporting everywhere. Every time I used a bow, so I got the sword out, finished them off, and with the ones that I'd already collected just through gameplay, this was kind of the last one. So now that I have everything ready to rock and roll, I've got my Eyes of Ender, overkill I know with 28. I am going to use the bed strategy, as you can see here. I've got plenty of beds, glass bottles for Dragon's Breath, that'll come in handy. Some ender pearls. I brought an ender chest in case I die, so I can kind of quickly get stuff. Some cobblestone blocks just for kind of moving around. And yeah, we are ready to go. So, using the Eyes of Ender, this is the kind of like the normal way to do it. I know people use the website called Chunkbase. You can type in your seed and figure it out, but I like to do things the kind of old-fashioned way. It's a little bit cheaty. Sometimes I might use Chunkbase in the future, but for now I am just using the kind of the normal strat. So here it is. This is where the stronghold was. It did take just a few Eye of Enders, not too much though. It only took 2 or 3. Like I say, it was only about 400 blocks away from the starter base, which is super convenient. The water wasn't convenient at all. I just made a little cobblestone wall to kind of block it all off while I dig down. When I was digging down, it was only about 10 or so blocks because it was kind of like sea level when I was getting it. It didn't really take too much long to find that place. I was super happy the fact that it was just right there. And then, once I was inside, it didn't take too much long to find the portal room. As you can see here, coming up, I just kind of, quickly got rid of the spawner. Started kind of proofing the room a little bit, make things a little bit better. I kind of set down a bed and kind of set my spawn point in case I did die. I can jump straight back in. I also kind of blocked off the main entrance to avoid any creepers showing the surprise. And then after that, I just made a quick little portal to the Nether. This is just for the Nether hub that I was kind of talking about earlier on when I start kind of building things up. That'll be super useful for getting back and forth to the end. And then into the portal, and it was a pretty terrible spawn. It was right out in the void. Not ideal because, as you're bridging across, you do run the risk of Ender Dragon kind of either knocking you off or hitting you with the dragon's breath and killing you. So I was very wary of what was going on. I wanted to get across as quickly as possible to kind of avoid anything like that. And then once I kind of got across, which I kind of fumbled a little bit on my way in, I kind of thought, all right, I'll jump in. Kind of figured out I started kind of building up and there was a block in the way, so I thought, right, okay, make things a little easier on myself, I'll just dig a little tunnel. Get to the top, and then once I got to the top, it was time to fight the dragon. And there we go, guys, finally. Took a little bit of work, but yes, the Ender Dragon is dead with half a heart left. I went a little bit in there, a little bit too early, but I got there. Just gonna collect this experience, get that all well-earned experience. So, happy that we got that done. I'm gonna get this little trophy dragon egg right now. And as much as I want to say that I did that without dying, some of you may have noticed the experience bar dip. Well, yeah. This happened.
Got him!
Not my finest of moments, but, one death isn't too bad. I got all my stuff back, and I managed to do the dragon in the end. And that's it from me for this episode. I hope you've had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do like the content, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And I will catch you all in the next one.